So, since we're talking about Interview with the Vampire again, was Louis going to change Daniel? So, like, when Armand throws, Daniel off of Louis, like, away from Louis and throws him against the wall, before then, when he's getting bitten, you can see the blood drain from Daniel's face. It's the same way that Louis' face was drained of blood in the first episode with Lestat. So, was Louis going to change Daniel? Because people keep saying that Armand saved Daniel from being killed, which could be a possibility of, once they gotta drain humans to the brink of death, they can actually kill them, or otherwise the blood would turn poison. They have to drink from the living. So, like, when it came to that situation, he basically said, "Is this what you want, boy?" And then jumps on Daniel to try to drain him of his blood, but it was also giving that he was going to turn him into his new companion. And he also stated to Armand that the 10 hours of being with this boy was more interesting than the 23 years of being with Armand. So it's very understandable why Armand was upset and doing what he wanted, and getting upset and trying to torment Daniel and hurt Daniel. Louis is doing the same exact thing he did with Claudia and Lestat, because you have to remember, in the first season, Claudia was Lestat's replacement. That's what she was. Their relationship was doing terrible, and he was using Claudia as a way to replace that type of love, that he wanted, that platonic love from Claudia that he couldn't, that sweet, innocent love that he couldn't get with Lestat. And now we know that Armand is the replacement for Claudia, and now we have Daniel, who was going to be the replacement for Armand. So now, like, we all know that Louis can't love anybody because Louis does not love himself. So, like, is Louis going to be the one to bite Daniel in this series? Like, I can see him getting bit by Louis and turning him and being like his, like, understudy finally. Or is Daniel going to die? Because I felt like Daniel was going to die, or he was going to be unalive. So he could be unalive potentially by Armand or Louis. But yeah, this is really interesting. I don't know how Armand is going to feel now that they're together again and on good terms. Armand is so fake and phony. Like, Armand was the one telling Daniel earlier in the season that it was wrong that Louis invaded his fucking memories, knowing that he invaded Louis and Daniel's fucking memories. And he keeps talking about how he protect Armand from himself, and all, like, Louis from himself and all that shit. It's really like when I go back to episode 5, I think the scariest part of that episode out of everything was Louis and older Daniel sitting there trying to remember before Armand got back from dinner, having his dinner. And you can see the panic on Louis' face, and he keeps looking over his shoulder because Armand can hear miles and miles away. And then you have Daniel like, okay, well, no, you figure it out. Like, I'm done thinking, like, I don't know. And they're kind of like in this panic mode. Louis is afraid of his own fucking husband. It only took a few minutes and Louis is already scared of his fucking husband. Can you imagine? Like, that shit is crazy. Like, it's really insane, because episode 4, y'all remember they left the episode being angry. And now in the beginning of episode 5, they're all smitten with each other. It's like emotional fucking whiplash. So every time they get into an argument, or anytime Louis gets mad at him or doesn't do what he fucking asks, he just wipes his fucking memory. And then on top of that, so, like, Louis don't even want to be with him. How many times have Louis tried to commit suicide? Like, for real, like, how many memories did Armand wipe from Louis? And to be honest, this is going to seem a little controversial, but any sex or things that happen between Louis and Armand is SA. It's sexual assault now. Because Louis is not able to really consent to being with Armand. At least not in his right mind. So anytime they are kissing or being sexual to each other, or maybe having a sexual encounter, it's not real. It's not a real scene, because Louis is not in his right mind, and anytime Louis disagrees or does something that Armand does not like, it is mental R-wording. It is physical R-wording. Like, that is crazy. That's actually really sick. That's really sick. I know people were like, oh, well, Lestat is just as bad. Your boyfriend beating your ass during an argument one time out of 40 years is not the same as having your mind mentally raped and fucked for 70 years, and you over here living in a gray box, and bitch, you over here wearing black hoodies. You're not even wearing the nice Chanel fucking suits. You're wearing black hoodies and gray walls. You got people with gloves on. You in danger, girl. Like, you in prison. You in prison, girl. Like, at least you was able to still see your family, have businesses, go the fuck outside, like, you couldn't even do that. Girl, you're trapped in the house. You haven't left the house. I don't think Louis can leave the motherfucking home. Like, he can't leave the house. He can't reach the bookshelf. Louis loved to read. He can't even read the books. He can't even have access to the books. And I didn't even realize how weird it was that Louis asked for the pages in Claudia's diary. He forgot all about them pages, huh? The very next day, he didn't even want them fucking pages no more. So, yeah, like, this shit is fucked up. Like, it's really, disturbing. I don't know. No.